In today's podcast, we're talking all about miracles. This is something you do not want to miss. So let's get started.
Welcome to the I'm Perfectly Divine podcast, a place for the strong, sensitive, spiritual seeker to recognize the perfection of your human and spiritual worlds through proven and grounded frameworks that support you to live in the wholeness you already are. For over the past 2 decades, I have supported people from all around the world, as well as Fortune 500 companies, to dissolve the divisions within them and live with greater empowerment and love. This podcast is an exploration of the paradoxes that befuddle us as we live our lives being both human and divine. Together, you and I, along with other experts, will navigate integrating psychology and spirituality, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the darkness and the light, to create greater sacred union from within. I believe through your remembering that you are innately divine, that you will allow yourself to more openly shine. So let's get to it, because your unique light is needed more.
But you know how spirit works sometimes. And I got the 5 a.m. wake up call saying, oh no, you're going to do an episode and it's going to be about miracles. And so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but it was very, very clear that I needed to share this episode as a reminder as to what a freaking miracle you are. And to really take that in. How you are uniquely created. All the intricacies of you there's a purpose to them all. Every aspect to you, of you, is so important. And it's leading to more miracles to be expressed through you. And this is what reminds me, and I hope reminds you as well, that life is a miracle in and of itself. The fact that we can heal, the fact that we can grow is a freaking miracle. A smile, your tears, these are all forms of miracles. And we can get so used to the miracles of life that we blow them off. We don't see them. We don't recognize them. And yet, I say this so often, we have no idea the ripple effect you are having, just you being strong, sensitive, and spiritual, because you are so attuned to yourself and to life. There's an expansiveness to that. And when you remember that within yourself, you're supporting others to do the same. And so this is a time to remember you listening are an intrinsic part of life and of the story of the divine. The divine created you specifically because you are a part of the miracle of life. You have a special component that life is asking you to bring forward through your essence. And again, as I share at the end of every episode, it's not about proving anything. It's just about remembering. And so today's episode is remembering the miracle that you are, so that you can be in the energy of the miracle that you are, with lightness, with levity, rather than with the weight that can sometimes take over us. So I don't want to minimize life's challenges. And really, when we hold ourselves, when you hold you and life is a miracle, it really is holding the both and so if you're listening to me, I'm holding both of my hands up. One hand holding one side of life, the other hand holding the other. One side is our humanness that has the tragedies and traumas that we face on our human journeys. And on the other hand are the triumphs of our spirit that is able to overcome so much. And what I know is, after witnessing people all around the world holding them, supporting them on their journeys for decades now, is that there is always, always triumph on the other side of a challenge. Always. Through whatever you're going through, if you're going through something now, or if you've done something in the past, you will be able to, if you're not already able to now, look back and be in awe. Be in freaking awe of yourself and what you were able to face. Because our egos always tell us we're not capable. We can't do that. And balks at us about our limitations. But those are just beliefs in our mind. And part of our divinity is there to balk at these ideas of our limitations. So yes, we will experience frailties, challenges, things that we don't want. And they always help us remember our strength, our courage, aspects to ourselves we didn't know we had or that we were capable of. And that's a freaking miracle. That is a miracle. And perhaps you have gone through heartbreak. Perhaps you are going through something that is heartbreaking to you. Me is even through it all, in those darkest of moments, there's still this like very slight, even perceive it, but you know somewhere it's there, this very slight thread of light. And somehow that thread of light, I mean, you are in 99.9% darkness, and that 0.1% of light somehow gets you through. Even though the darkness, even though the heaviness, even though the tragedy, the heartbreak is taking over, there's that 0.1% that somehow miraculously will get you through or has gotten you through. And so it brings me to tears because that is each of our human spirits. Remembering that despite all odds, you're here. Despite all traumas and tragedies and challenges, you are here. You're not just here, but you're listening to a podcast like this. So there's already this part of you that just can't help but want to expand into greater love. So perhaps you're on this journey of, after heartbreak, remembering how to love again, how to expand again rather than contract. And this is the miracle of belief and choice. So I mean that because I'm saying life has all these miracles and is beautiful, which it is, that it doesn't mean that life is always going to go our way. I mean, think about it for Jesus. Like, I think of Jesus who performed miracles, and yet so many things were going completely awry. And yet here we have Jesus still doing what he could and perform the miracles that he could. And there were others that he was not meant to change. And so really being able to reflect on how belief and what beliefs we choose to hold on to impacts our choices, and therefore how we will show up. Now, what I will say is that I have not done great in this area. I have gone through heartbreak and challenges and really shut down. And not just for a short time. I mean, I've shut down, hid for years. And this, again, is the beauty, because every time, every shutdown, we're still given a choice. It's like the universe will not give up on us, no matter how stubborn you are, how stubborn your ego is, how difficult your ego is, how much your ego wants to slam you to the ground and make you feel that you are nothing, have nothing, are worth nothing. Somehow that thread of light comes through, and reminds us that we have a choice. And maybe we make this choice with just a slight shift or a slight change in our belief, and the universe will take that. This is the miracle, that any of these slight shifts will ultimately lead into you remembering your truth, your love, your expansiveness. And that's what I am in awe of, is that we are given the miracle of choice after choice after choice after choice. And we can get it wrong so many times over and over, and it does not matter. It doesn't matter, because the miracle is even when we're not remembering our truth and our love and our expansiveness, and are not remembering, there's a pain there that's going to help us remember. And that is part of the freaking miracle about healing and our growth process and our divinity. So we are gifted with choosing how we want to believe after heartbreak, choosing how we see ourselves in life when we've been dealt blow after blow. And what I know from my experience is that we can hold on to defining ourselves based on trauma or tragedy. And I think we do that. I'll speak for myself. I have done that because it's felt safer. It felt like it gave me ammunition as to why I should stay in the darkness, why I should stay contracted, why I should stay disconnected from truth and love and expansiveness. But eventually, it gets old being stuck, right? Like, isn't that a beauty in itself? Like, we get tired of being stuck. We get tired of our same stories about our traumas. We get tired of it. And that's a miracle. Because in what we are saying, when I'm tired of the story, I'm tired of being stuck, is that deep down in your heart, there's something more for you. And it's just going to require you a different choice in remembering the truth of who you are, and remembering, again, that despite this tragedy, this trauma, this heartbreak, you are a miracle and you're meant to be here. And aspects of your broken heart are meant to lead in greater love. And that brings, because what a better heart that can lead with love, that's filled with compassion, where we can see one another and hold one another and support one another despite heartbreak, and have compassion for that and say, and we get to move forward. We get to also remember our triumphs. We get to remember the triumph of getting our foot out of bed, our feet out of the bed, taking one foot and then the other foot. How about that? Out of the bed each day when we are suffering. And so we can't bypass grief. This is not about bypassing grief or pain. We have an internal process that we're meant to go through. It's, again, I believe that's part of the miracle of our ability to heal and grow. I think it's a miracle to be able to reflect back and be able to see, like, whoa, I really did hold on to a sense of victimhood for longer than I needed, but I'm going to honor that because it's a human tendency. And for me, being able to be real about doing that, hopefully I can support one other person not to hang on as long as I did. Because and when we hang on to the victimhood, it just creates more heartbreak, because we're not remembering the truth of who we are and the truth of life. But we can't force it either. And that's not what this is about. This is just an opportunity to give you a choice in this moment to remember the sliver of the miracle that may be still present in your life. The miracle is that the love of the universe never, ever gives up on us. We get to choose over and over and over and over again until we choose that which is in alignment with our truth. And in doing so ourselves, and finding your way back to more of the wholeness of all of who you are is the greatest gift you can give yourself, you can give others, and again, is a miracle. So what I'll say is part of the journey of letting go, for me, of letting go of victimhood has been to be able to hold the hand of my past self, the past self that's gone through trauma, through tragedy, through heartbreak, and let that part of me know it's okay. It's okay that you've been afraid. It's okay that you've been living contracted. It's okay the pain that you've been in. Courage. I am also in awe of what you have been willing to face. I'm in awe of the love that you are. And so please, I invite you to join hands with me, past self, as I open this new doorway for us. This new doorway for the future that we don't know exactly where it's going to lead us, but we know that we are cared for, that we can choose each and every day to be the love and expansiveness that we are. And through bringing all aspects of ourselves with us, we will do it with greater wisdom, humility, compassion, expansiveness, strength, courage, love, and light. And so I invite you to use this time as a remembrance that life is a miracle, and to lean into that unapologetically. Lean into the miracle of this time in the darkness, where we are reminded that there will be light again. In the darkness, which is like this cosmic womb of our dreams, and the light that is going to come forward as we remember our dreams, live into our dreams of who our essence, our spirit self is guiding us to be. So I'm wishing you a very happy winter solstice, happy Christmas, happy New Year. And I'm inviting you to know there's nothing to prove or fix, just to remember the love that you innately are. Sending so much love to you. Happy holidays.
I am so honored you have joined me today. If you enjoyed the I'm Perfectly Divine podcast, subscribe so you don't miss any of our power-filled episodes. Also, if you know another who is strong, sensitive, and spiritual and wants to dive deeper into emotions and ancient wisdom so they too can create profound peace and fulfillment from within, please share this podcast. Thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.